Now, from Arkansas's News and Information Center, this is THV 11 This Morning.
Good morning and thanks for joining us today. I'm Elise Edie alongside Tom Brannon and Ashley Blackstone. It's Thursday, September 24th.
Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday.
What else is it, Ashley?
The second day of fall. And let me tell you, it feels like fall out here. We have some pumpkins and some gourds out here in the weather garden. Nice. But things are going to change, unfortunately.
Yeah. I like the way Chris Olson spent valuable time yesterday throwing 3 pumpkins on our little bronze table.
But it does look good. It's that easy to decorate for fall. You just throw it together.
Seeing a lot of it. A lot of folks putting out mums, putting out their fall plants. You know, the whole thing with the mums, the warmer it is, and if they're out there blooming, they'll kind of die out.
Right, pretty quickly. Seems like you're saying, though, midday it won't feel like fall so much as it does now.
Mid-morning probably won't feel like fall too much. All right, so here we go. This is a beautiful start to the day outside with mostly clear skies. And just for Elise Edie, because she said, Tom, you're going to do the bus stop forecast right here first. Right here. 65 degrees this morning. Now, it's warm enough or cool enough in the morning to wear your jeans or your long pants, but I really do recommend today and tomorrow, make sure you wear shorts and tees to stay cool. The good news is the dew points remain in check, so they're low. That means it won't feel as sticky outside. Temperatures around the state are a couple of degrees warmer this morning than that of yesterday. Tomorrow morning, Lake Hamilton, Hot Springs, Rollie Hoyt will be down there for home field advantage. 65 here in Little Rock. Russellville 59, Harrison 57, Fayetteville 56, and Pine Bluff at 63. Your Thursday weather planner. We start off with a few extra clouds at 10 o'clock and 75. We'll wind up close to 90 again, 88 by 4 o'clock. Extended forecast. College and high school football forecasts coming up. I may have to have 9 minutes for weather to get it all in. No, we won't. We'll do it in a couple of minutes. That's a little long, isn't it?
That's a little long. All right, Tom, thanks a lot. Attorney General Leslie Rutledge fighting to get Arkansas's abortion law back on the books.
Under state law, if a heartbeat is detected at 12 weeks, an abortion is prohibited. Governor Mike Beebe vetoed the law in 2013, but state lawmakers voted to override it. Earlier this year, the 8th Circuit Court of Appeals ruled the law unconstitutional, stopping the state from enforcing it.
And yesterday, Rutledge announced that she plans to ask the U.S. Supreme Court to overturn the lower court's decision. Meanwhile, opponents and supporters are weighing in.
Our abortion advocates will blame me many times and say, look what you're doing and you're wasting taxpayer money. I submit to you that a life is worth protecting. And how can you put a dollar figure on a life?
This is probably not going to be accepted by the Supreme Court, and so it's a waste of time and money.
Rutledge says she plans to file the petition within the next several weeks. A Little Rock committee is set to discuss changing the name of Confederate Boulevard. Today, city leaders will consider a petition brought by business owners and homeowners wanting this change.
Now, if the proposal is approved, it will then go to the city board for a final vote. The name would be changed to Springer Boulevard. The push for the name change comes after 9 black church members were killed earlier this year in Charleston, South Carolina. North Little Rock School District's budget for the next school year is now finalized.
But with the loss of desegregation funding, school leaders are searching for different sources of revenue.
THV 11's Dan Grossman has more on a possible solution.
Studies suggest the average person sees 5,000 ads a day. From beautiful ones like these to controversial ones like these.
Well, I think it's part of the way we do business nowadays in schools.
And now there could be even more.
Absolutely, I think advertisement on buses would be great.
Tagging along with our kids on their way to school.
Because people see it. I mean, buses go everywhere.
The North Little Rock School District has yet to discuss the possibility with its board, but its head honcho wants it, and badly.
You know, we're already using advertisements in our new stadium. We're looking for all the revenue avenues we can get.
One of the most basic questions is, where on this school bus can the ads go? Official rules have not been set just yet, but a draft says they can only go on the back quarter panel, basically limiting it to this section right here. The ads, they can't be more than 30 inches tall or 60 inches wide. So then the question becomes, what can go here?
Well, I wouldn't think that advertising anything indecent would be.
Grandmother Charlotte Sherrod, whose grandson is in the 10th grade, is right. No tobacco, no alcohol, but what about political ads?
We'd have to be very conservative with what we put on our buses.
Superintendent Rogers says he doesn't know. The school would have to consult its legal team when developing its policies.
I think it's great.
But he does know one thing. the money generated would be valuable and timely.
You know, we've got competition for schools, charter schools, private schools, and so for sources of revenue, we have to have competition too.
Dan Grossman, THV 11 News.
The draft rules by the state board say that money generated would need to go towards the district's transportation fund, but those could change. The district says it will have a formal meeting about the possibility of the ads within the next month. Police in Pine Bluff this morning still busy searching for 3 people accused of shooting and killing a UAPB student. 21-year-old Keith Wilbert was found dead in his home on Boone Street early Wednesday morning. Reports show the men forced their way into his home, demanded money, then shot him. This marks the 9th murder in Pine Bluff for the year. Meanwhile, friends and family of the well-liked student say they are in shock.
We love Keith Jr. Just love him. It's just not enough tears to cry.
If you have any information on this murder, give police a call. The West Little Rock jewelry store that was robbed Tuesday by 5 masked men is back open. Investigators say they can't release, though, any new information about the robbery at Robertson's Jewelry. Officers do say the 5 men sped off in a black sedan after abandoning a stolen truck on Fairview Road. Still no word on how much jewelry was stolen, but witnesses say the men got away with several bags full.
Nationally, Pope Francis delivers the first ever papal address to a joint meeting of Congress today. The head of the Catholic Church is expected to address climate change and immigration. Those are issues that he touched upon yesterday in Washington, D.C. Francis leaves for New York this afternoon. And some presidential contenders from both sides of the aisle will be in attendance for the Pope's address. Senators Marco Rubio, Ted Cruz, Rand Paul, and Lindsey Graham will be there, as well as Democratic Senator Bernie Sanders. Neurosurgeon Dr. Ben Carson will also be present as a guest of South Carolina Representative Mark Sanford. And the TSA is on track to set a record for the number of guns it's confiscated this year. But firearms aren't the only items that passengers are trying to get past security. At Dulles International outside of Washington, D.C., TSA says they found items like stun guns, knives, replica guns, and nunchucks. Scott Johnson is the federal security director.
I'll ask a passenger direct to the face, do you have anything prohibitive in the bag? No. We open up the bag, they'll have a knife, they'll have a fake gun.
Now, some items end up on the TSA's Instagram feed as an attempt to get the word out about what not to bring, but there's still concern. Details from a leaked Inspector General's report shows TSA checkpoints failed 67 out of 70 tests, allowing undercover agents to repeatedly bring potential weapons through checkpoints.
Over the past few years, more stories have surfaced of black men reportedly being killed by police officers. And this morning, we are revisiting a case that happened right here in Arkansas more than 40 years ago. On Memorial Day 1971, Carnell Russ was stopped by an Arkansas state trooper who claimed he was speeding. Russ was shot in the head by a Star City police officer. He died the next day at a hospital. That officer was later convicted of manslaughter. His family has since taken that tragedy and turned it into a positive for his hometown of Star City. And this morning we are joined by his sister Latrice Russ Glennis and also Dr. John Kirk, who is the director of UALR's Institute on Race and Ethnicity. Ladies, thank you so much for being here today, and Doctor, thank you for coming as well.
Good morning.
Greatly appreciate your time. Latrice, if you can take us back to that day in 1971 and tell us what you remember 40 years ago.
I remember it was a day that we were all just so stunned because, you know, Carnell was simply going home, traveling back home after visiting his wife's family. And when I got the call, I was living in Little Rock at the time, and they called me, and I went to the hospital and I was there when he passed away. And so for some time, it was quite undaunting, and for the community, it was quite a shock because Carnell was one of those happy people that you just expected him to be there to keep the party going.
At what point did your family say, let's stop, let's take this tragedy and turn it into something good?
I would say that probably after all of the court proceedings and all of that, that keeps you kind of always on edge in that. So my father, I remember him saying that, we need to be able to live together here and that. And so it was well, actually 4 or 5 years ago is when we actually decided that we wanted to do something positive and to bring, you know, some closure actually and something positive. You take lemons, you make lemonade.
Sure.
Yeah.
In just a moment, we will have more on the Unity Fest, which you guys are doing this weekend. But first, Doctor, I want to bring you into the picture as well. Tell us how you are using this situation that happened so long ago here in our state. And also, you are educating Arkansans as well.
That's right. I mean, it's a very resonant case, as you said, with a lot of the recent events that have happened between white policemen and African-American males being shot and killed. And this story helps us to understand that there's a much longer, larger history of that in Arkansas and in the United States. And it's also a fascinating case. This went through the courts, and one of the things this case did was actually change federal policy. Under the Jimmy Carter administration, they changed the way that they investigated civil rights cases because of this case, and it led to more federal investigations. Before that, they left it to the state and local authorities. So the federal investigations have had a huge impact in the way that these cases are handled, and one of the reasons why there's a federal investigation after events at Ferguson. So this was a landmark case as well, and led to big changes on a national level as well as a local level.
A launching board indeed, and this event, Unity Fest, is happening Saturday. You've been doing it for a couple of years now. Fill our viewers in. What is this all about?
It's about bringing people together, connecting people from all backgrounds and all ethnicities, that we might be able to enjoy the benefits of diversity. And so on Friday night, we start with a gospel concert on Friday at 6:30, and then on Saturday, it's a day of events beginning with a parade and activities and different people speaking to, you know, the situation as well, so as some health issues and that. So we have just a huge day of activities and of bringing people together.
Happening right there in Star City. And remembering your brother through all of this as well, all these years later. Thank you both so much for taking the time out of your morning and spending with us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
You can find additional details about this event in case you're interested in attending by going to our website, THV11.com. We'll send things now to Tom and Elise.
All right, Ashley, thank you. 642 happening tomorrow in Benton. We'll be live once again for another edition of THV in your town.
And it's all because the Panthers are there. The team will face off against Parkview. But before the game, we want you to join us for THV in your town outside of the stadium.
Yeah, the Touchdown Club is also inviting people to come tailgate. It's going to be a tailgate decorating contest, and one of the judges will be
Craig O'Neill. Don't forget to bring some canned goods, too. We want to help the school as they collect food for an area food pantry.
That's right. Come join us live from 5 to 7. Come out, hang out with Marlisa and Greg O'Neill, if you don't mind.
Greg,
Craig, Steve, whatever his name is.
We hope to see you there.
Yeah. Now, if you enjoy mysterious and supernatural wonders in Hot Springs, the place for you this weekend.
It's time for Maxwell Blade's Festival of Magic. We'll have details on this year's events coming up.
There they are. Maxwell Blade, Derek Rose. Keep going, guys. Gotta love it.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was good.
Oh, 52 card pickup. Used to play that quite a bit. After the break, your forecast. And we'll talk to Maxwell and Derek in just a moment.
Welcome back to THV 11 this morning. Lieutenant Kevin Russell with the Benton Police Department here with our traffic conditions and our accident report on this Thursday. Good morning.
On this accident-free Thursday. You know?
That's great.
Yeah.
You like that, don't you? You work for that every Thursday.
I was worried about my reputation there for a while because the last few weeks weren't so accident-free.
It's true, but good news today.
Yeah, good news today. So everyone stay safe on your commute out there. And let's take a quick look at your Operation Safe Speeds. Little Rock on Roosevelt Road. North Little Rock on Main Street, State Police on I-430, north and south. And down in Benton today, we will be on Alcoa Road at Hurricane Elementary, which you just saw a story on a little bit earlier. We are going to be out there. We've had a lot of complaints in the area, so 25 miles per hour strictly enforced. So make sure you slow down for the kids and have a great Thursday.
Yeah, you know it's serious when you have a story on it. Yeah, not playing around there.
No, we're not.
All right, Kevin, thank you so much. We appreciate
it
you. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, you too.
All right, Tom will send things to the garden.
Now, weather from the Crane Kia Weather Garden.
Elise, we've got a couple of gentlemen that have been making things disappear for a number of years. Coming up in just a moment, we're talking about Maxwell Blade's Festival of Magic in Hot Springs. We've got Maxwell Blade and Derek Rose in the garden. You get the kids up and get ready for a little magic on TV this morning. Let's check weather conditions. I wish I could magically make it cool off and feel like fall, but There's no magic to that. It's going to stay warm. Beautiful morning out there. It's too bad we don't have a camera on the sunrise because it is a beautiful sunrise. A few high-level clouds and some nice, gorgeous colors. But Highway 10 and Shenandoah beginning to pick up with traffic this morning. Now let's cover the problems that we have. This is from the National Weather Service. Drought is becoming an issue. The farther north you travel, it's less of an issue. We're beginning to dry out and need some rain. Thus, burn bans. Want to know why we're getting burn bans only in southern Arkansas? Well, there's a reason for that. It's because we're dry here. Pulaski County, Garland, Hot Spring, all the way down to the southeast Arkansas, and abnormally dry conditions will continue. Temperatures will be warmer than average over the next 8 to 14 days and drier than normal as well. A lack of precipitation means things are a little iffy outside, so no burning in those counties. Summer-like feel continues all the way into the weekend. Warm and dry as well. Home field advantage. Want to mention this tomorrow morning for those of you up this morning joining us at Lake Hamilton High School. Rolly Hoyt joining us. Sheridan takes on Lake Hamilton tomorrow night. Tomorrow morning we'll be there 5 to 7 o'clock. Be sure you come out and hang out with us. We got a little something special from Arkansas Children's Hospital providing to us to give to you. Now the game tomorrow evening's kickoff at 7 o'clock around 80 degrees. Should be a beautiful evening for high school football. And as we progress forward, a great looking weekend for college football, although the Razorbacks and Arkansas State play out of town. An upper level system Saturday will spread some clouds and even a few showers get close to northeast Arkansas. Red Wolves, they play Toledo. You know that little team that beat Arkansas a few weeks ago? Arkansas State traveling to Toledo, 6 o'clock kickoff, 78, mostly cloudy skies. And the Razorbacks play inside down at Arlington, Texas, the AT&T Stadium, 72 on the inside, on the outside, a very warm temperature of about 90. Here we go. Looking at the extended forecast, do not forget about the Big Dam Bridge 100. That is coming up Saturday, and readings on Saturday look fantastic in the mid-80s with partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies. That's a look at your forecast for 3 days. The historic downtown district of Hot Springs will come alive with magic, mystery, and entertainment. Maxwell Blade's Festival of Magic runs through Sunday. We've got magician Maxwell Blade along with Derek Rose joining us with more on what is the third, fourth year for this, Maxwell? What is this?
This will be the third year for the festival. Third year.
Becoming a big, big event. You've got some names coming into town.
I've got big names.
This isn't your little Derek Rose magic show,
Oh,
right?
come on. Yeah, well, you know, we're bringing in Derek.
Derek, your face is way down on the poster.
The smaller you are on the poster, the more important you are.
We just picked cards for the select. We do have Arkansas talent. Quite a few guys from Arkansas with Paul Prater, Scott Davis. We've got Randall Eller, Ken Boyers from LA, but the main artist, Jeff McBride from Las Vegas, Bizarro from Las Vegas. Jeff has been to all three of the festivals. He's such a fantastic artist, a performer. He's won the Monte Carlo 3 times, which is the biggest award in magic. And of course, I will
to give
be
you an
there.
idea, I think we have some video of Jeff we're going to run while we talk to Derek and Maxwell about what's going on. Okay, once again, back to Bizarro.
Bizarro, great guy. Our first year here in Arkansas. I'll be performing along with Steve Owen, who's from Los Angeles. Very, very good performer, very creative fellows. It's going to be a fantastic mix, all a little bit different, but fantastic performers. We're going to have a great weekend. All the one-man shows are held at my theater, and then on the 26th, the gala at the Convention Center. We're over 700 sold seats now. We have 1,000 to fill. You'll see all of us on one big stage.
So everybody's going to perform the same night, or do you have different magicians?
We do. Each performer will perform their very own one-man shows at my theater. Okay. Saturday night, you will see all of us at the Convention Center. As I said, we've seated 1,000. We've sold 700 seats so far.
So 300 available.
300 available seats.
All right. And one of the things that you don't want to forget is that you can come to Hot Springs in the morning. You can see magic free all weekend long because we're going to be in all the restaurants in town. We're going to be up and down Central Avenue. And at 2 o'clock, every single magician in the show is going to be at Adair Park at 2 o'clock performing for an hour doing street magic for everybody that happens to be there in Hot Springs if you want to see it.
What you're seeing at home is Jeff McBride.
Jeff McBride.
Yep. Tell us what kind of magic he does, Maxwell.
Jeff McBride is famous for his mask act, which has been performed all over the world numerous times. Magic Castle. Jeff is a creator. He's has the Magic Castle. He's a magic. There it is. McBride's Mystery Magic School in Las Vegas. Performers come from all over the world to learn from Jeff, to be creative, to carry their acts a little bit further, learn the art of magic. Fantastic.
Wanted to show that, but we're running out of time. Real quick, The number to call, 501-623-6200, to go to Maxwell Blade Festival of Magic.com.
You can get tickets right there, yes indeed.
I'm so sorry, Derek. I don't need to do some magic.
Well, Max, come on.
I have a trick. Yes,
And as we take a break, enjoy a little magic with Derek and Maxwell. There you go. Making the salt disappear. Oh, goodness.
Ahead on CBS This Morning, Nora is at the Capitol where the Pope will address a joint meeting of Congress, and we will bring it to you live. We will also have all the emotional moments as the Pope takes the time to connect with children and adults. That and more. The news is back in the morning. See you at 7.
Your top headlines this morning before you leave the house. Police in Pine Bluff continue their search this morning for 3 people accused of shooting and killing a UAPB student. 21-year-old Keith Wilbert was killed early Wednesday morning in his off-campus home. According to police, the suspects forced their way into the house on Boone Street, demanding money before killing him. If you have any information, give Pine Bluff Police a call. Today, Little Rock City leaders will consider the petition to change the name of Confederate Boulevard. The proposal will then go before the Little Rock City Board, who will have the final vote. If passed, the street name would be changed to Springer Boulevard. North Little Rock school leaders searching for sources of revenue to make up for the loss of desegregation funding. As a solution, the school district is looking to put advertisements on buses. The district hasn't discussed the possibility, though, with the school board, but Superintendent Kelly Rogers wants it to happen. A formal meeting about the possibility of these ads will happen next month. Well, it's time for North Little Rock's Taste for Business. More than 30 restaurants, caterers, and drink distributors will be at Verizon Arena to showcase their products. Tickets are $20 at the door. The fun kicks off at 5 o'clock and lasts until 7:30.
Are you ready for some football?
Woohoo!
Thursday night football returns. The Washington Redskins taking on New York Giants, excuse me.
He's made up a team.
It's New Orleans Giants. New York Giants. I'm reading ahead of time. Kickoff 7:25. Coverage starts here at 6:30 right here on THV 11. And that's a wrap. Tomorrow morning, big morning as we bid farewell to Ashley.
He had to throw that in there.
They'll be watching tomorrow. We've got about 5,000 people here tomorrow morning that are
going to be
from the very beginning of your shows.
Oh, goodness. That'll do it for us. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here again at 9 o'clock. 5,000, Tom.
It's a lot of people.
Thanks for watching THV 11 News. Stay connected to the THV Information Center 24/7 on your mobile device and with the THV 11 app for your iPad.